It's our daily mission here at ABC 7, finding neighborhood ideas and local solutions to help build a better Bay Area. And one of the big questions we face is about the future of downtown San Francisco. There's been plenty of talk about the retail industry's exit from the city's core. In fact, 23 stores have shut down in the Union Square area since 2020. Now, here are just some of those recent departures. You see them on the map. It's not all bad news, though. ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns is here in studio talking about some that are investing in San Francisco. Tim.
Yeah, now the term death spiral or doom loop has been thrown around a lot recently, especially in the media and by politicians. And it's not just because stores are closing. Downtown office vacancies hit their highest level ever in the first quarter of this year. But despite all of this, some local CEOs tell me they're doubling down on San Francisco, and they still believe the Bay Area is the place to be.
We've seen this many times before. You know, San Francisco is a story of boom, bust, and kind of reinvention.
For much of the last decade, San Francisco was in a fantastic boom. New gleaming skyscrapers, exponential economic growth, and a tech sector that seemed like it would never crash. But the good times did come to an end, thanks largely to the pandemic and the advent of work from home. Now, many of those same skyscrapers sit empty downtown. Nearly a third of all office space is vacant, and business after business is seemingly fleeing the city.
This is one of those transformations you haven't seen in, 50 plus years.
Chris Larson is a CEO and investor. He tells me despite this difficult period, he thinks the city's future is bright. That's why his tech company Ripple is bucking the trend. They recently signed a lease for a new 130,000 square foot headquarters downtown.
I think it's the most creative and accepting place on the planet, which is why you see so much innovation coming out of here. That's not a coincidence.
Larson says the city certainly has its share of challenges to deal with, notably public safety concerns and homelessness. But he rejects the notion that San Francisco is dying, saying the economic foundations of the past are still sound. Data from the Bay Area Council backs that up. Consider these stats. Of the 10 most valuable companies in the country, 6 of them are based in the region. Between 2020 and 2022, of the companies worth more than $10 billion that went public, 2/3 of them were from the Bay Area. And for companies worth more than $1 billion, the Bay Area also topped that list.
For really world-changing ideas to take root and thrive, you need a population and a kind of environment that is supportive of people who think differently.
And Ripple isn't alone. Randy Howder is the co-managing director of Gensler, the world's largest architecture firm. They too are investing millions and moving to a new space in the historic Mills building on Montgomery Street.
Art Gensler himself came from New York, in the 60s and was able to create this company that really changed the face of our industry. And I think that was only possible by being here.
As the city goes through this latest transformation, Gensler is working with elected leaders, a growing trend of local companies stepping up to do more to help San Francisco. Howder tells me one thing Gensler is focusing on is helping the city rethink downtown and the potential of converting empty office space to homes.
Thinking differently about development, about who belongs in the neighborhood and how we can kind of transform it to be something that's more of a destination.
So what comes next for the city by the bay? The truth is, nobody knows for certain. But one thing both Larson and Howder are sure of, that despite the rough patch now, there's nowhere they'd rather be than San Francisco.
There's a whole cottage industry of people who love to predict San Francisco's demise, and they've been proven wrong every time.
Now, another reason both Larson and Howder say there's room for optimism is that the city and our region as a whole are well positioned for another boom. They say the innovations with AI right now are just the starting point, and all of that is happening right here. In the studio, Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.